Hi there. Welcome back to Remember the Flowers. We're going to continue where we left off, with Cooper and our unnamed human protagonist having just left the alleyway in search of a clothes shop. I'll say now in advance, this episode will see us changing chapters mid-episode, and I apologize in advance for that. With the way that I did the last episode, if I just finish chapter 1 with this, the episode will be way too short in comparison to everything else I've done, and it'll be really awkward, and it would probably be like 10 minutes, if even that long. And I don't want to upload a video that's just 10 minutes, because then what's the point in doing this out like a proper episode? So yeah, I'm gonna try and order these a little bit better, and that'll get easier as chapters get longer, and there'll be actually scope to break midway through a chapter and have it be midway through a chapter, but still have a sizable amount of content, as these chapters do get longer. But yeah, just to be aware of that as far as episode order goes. This episode will conclude chapter 1 and move on to the beginning of chapter 2, if people are keeping track. I will see if I can clarify that in the title or something like that. So let's have the usual content warning. It applies even though this VN is technically safe for work. It's still an 18+ gay furry visual novel, so you're very much advised to obey that label and leave now if you are under the age of 18 or otherwise do not want to see what is on the screen currently. With all that rambling out of the way, let's dive right back into Remember the Flowers, shall we? Lights, camera, action. After another few blocks, Cooper points to a building. It's one of the only ones with a lit sign. Looks like neon?
There, that's our place.
I huff. Thank God, my legs were starting to give out again. What is it?
A clothing store, I think.
You think?
Well, I've never been. It was just recommended on the Axiom.
By who?
Let's go.
Okay. We cross the street quickly. Well, as quickly as I can. It isn't until we're up against the building I finally realize what's been so off-putting about this city. There don't seem to be any doors on most, if any, of the surrounding buildings. This building has some see-through windows above, but here at the ground, nothing. Just looks like a big wall of plastic. How do we get in?
Hang on.
He pushes me out of the way before taking out the Axiom, this time drawing more of an archway on the screen. While he's doing so, an outline in the shape of what he's drawing appears on the wall in front of us. Once it connects, there's a brief flash of light before a new doorway has appeared.
Wait here. I'll have to open one for you.
I can't go through yours?
No. Don't worry, it'll just take a minute.
Before I can protest, Cooper heads into the boutique, and the doorway shuts behind him almost instantly. It hasn't even been a minute, but the fact that I'm alone out in this strange world is giving me goosebumps. I rub my arms a bit, really feeling the lack of sleeves. Wonder why I can't feel pain, but can feel all of this. At least my feet are warm. These heated walkways are nice. I look around some, and I think I see a clock in the distance. 2:46 a.m. No wonder I'm so tired. I yawn and rest against the wall. It's cool compared to the floor, which is weird to say the least. Man, Cooper's taking a long time in there. I start to get worried. Looking to the clock, it's been several minutes. It's a door. I mean, it's a super futuristic kind of door, but it shouldn't take this long to open a door, should it? Starting to get antsy out here. I'm a sitting duck. I turn to face the wall and start to feel around before pushing. Surely there has to be other ways to open a door around here, right? What if you don't have an axiom? This all seems ludicrous to me. As I'm feeling around, the outline of an archway lights up. Before I know it, I'm falling face first into the boutique. I yelp and close my eyes, bracing myself for a plethora of broken bones. Instead, I fall on something sturdy and supportive. And smelly. I look up and I'm met with Cooper's concerned expression. I've fallen onto his chest. Cooper's gaze shifts quickly, though, back to one of annoyance.
What are you doing?
I was trying to find a way in. You were taking too long.
You want to get off?
More than you know. I heave as I basically try to do a push-up to get off of him, but my piddly arms make it difficult. Cooper instead just slowly lifts me up by my collar like a kitten held by their mother and gets me off.
I can't believe you survived this long.
I don't have a retort. It is admittedly a bit embarrassing to fall face first onto your escort like that. I just grumble to myself and work on standing up. Oh my heavens, are you alright? I whip my head around toward the unfamiliar voice. As my heart starts to race, Cooper places a hand on my shoulder.
Calm down. She's the one running the place.
He says with some exhaustion as he hoists me up to stand properly. That's right. Just let me know if you need anything and I'll be there to assist you. She jumps. Oh my gosh, your head! Are you okay? Do you need a doctor? Oh. Right, I'm bandaged up. Before I can respond, Cooper speaks up.
It's fine. It's just had too much to drink.
He then pulls on my cheek a bit as if scolding me.
He needs a fresh set of clothes.
Oh, I see. Well, of course. Just let me know if you need anything and I'll be there lickety-split. Thanks. Her energy is a bit overwhelming, but I nod respectfully towards her out of habit. She looks like a small sheep, maybe no more than 4 foot tall. Her outfit looks like a green bellhop's uniform, complete with a cute and small hat. Before she walks back to her desk, I catch her name tag. It looks expensive, with the name Mirantha written in gold lettering. Fancy, to say the least. Never heard of a name like that, though. Wonder if it's a local thing?
Okay, enough gawking.
My inner monologue is once again interrupted by my escort, who lightly slaps my back. Hey, what was that for?
You're taking up time again. Go find something to wear, something cheap.
I rub my back, and for a moment I think I feel something. I'm just tired.
I'm aware. Now hurry up.
He then scoots me off further into the store while he rests against the wall, fiddling with his axiom. Wow, thanks for the help. I want to go to sleep in a real bed. In any case, I start to wander around the store. Everything looks pretty tacky, to say the least. Lots of weird designs, and most don't look very practical. I shiver. These floors aren't heated. Looking around, I don't see any shoes. If I remember correctly, which is already a stretch, most clothing stores don't hold shoes due to beastmen needing specific shapes and sizes. I guess it's not unreasonable for them to not have any. Regardless, I walk up to Mirantha's desk. This might be easier than wandering alone. Plus, Cooper would get mad at me if I dawdled. As I walk up to her desk, I realize something. I think she's asleep. Excuse me, Miss Miranda? I get closer and yep, she's asleep. She even has a pillow on her desk. I look around for some sort of bell to wake her up. I feel bad, but I do want to get out of here as soon as possible. There's some kind of cube thing next to her nameplate. I tap the cube and sure enough, it produces a small ding, instantly waking her.
Hello! Oh, hello, sir. Did I fall asleep again?
Hello, and, yeah, I guess you did.
Oh, dear me, I do apologize for that. I hope you weren't waiting long.
Her voice sounds like if a stuffed animal sheep came to life. She's adorable. It's no trouble at all, ma'am. I'm sorry for waking you.
Oh, look at you being so considerate. If everyone around here was like you, this job would be heaven.
She hops down from her chair to greet me. Definitely a couple feet shorter than me.
I take it you need some help deciding?
Oh yes, I, need some advice. I'm not looking for anything... I pause. Extravagant.
Oh? And here I thought we had some of the more tame selections around these parts. I guess that explains your accent.
She laughs, but I freeze. Oh, fuck. This must be why Cooper told me to keep quiet. Oh, they could pick me out from a crowd just by talking.
Where are you from, sir?
She almost trills as she walks me along the selections. Do I lie? Do I tell the truth? Vermont? She tilts her head at me, smiley expression unfading.
Oh, wow.
What?
I've never heard of the place. What province is it in?
Hey, what's that?
Oh, that's by designer.
Phew. Yeah, this is gonna be an issue. I'll have to talk to Cooper about how to handle these kinds of situations. I let her chatter on. It's honestly just pleasant to hear her talk. She asks me about my taste and what I'm looking for. After I give her the rundown, she claps her hands.
Oh, that explains why you thought we mainly had extravagant stuff. You're looking for something minimalist.
Sure. I just nod. I don't really think of clothes as some sort of art. If she can help me get what I want, that's all I care about.
In that case, I think something over here would be perfect.
Despite her short legs, she's speedy. I nearly have to jog to catch up to her, which only wears me out more.
These were designed by a relatively new designer. He's still up and coming, so I'm sure he'd appreciate your business.
I look over and yeah, these seem pretty standard to me, just how I like it. After a few minutes of perusing, I pick out a few outfits. They have tags on them, but I can't tell what currency they're in. I think I can make out some sort of stylized P, but that's it. I just don't want to break the bank for Cooper. I think these should be fine. Is there anywhere to try them on?
Certainly. Follow me, please.
I nod again. Her enthusiasm at this time of night is impressive. She scurries off to another wall and holds out her wrist. She has an axiom too. Hers looks different. Cuter than Cooper's. She draws a rectangle on her pink screen and a door appears on the wall.
Here you are, sir. The dressing room. It also has a bathroom if you want to freshen up. When you want to leave, just hit the button on the table. Do you have any questions?
I think I'm okay. Thank you for all your help. I really appreciate it.
Oh, aren't you just the sweetest? Well, just holler if you need me.
With that, she scurries back to her desk. I'm so tired I can only muster a half wave to her. She's very nice. I look toward the opening and head in. It's dark for a moment before a harsh pinkish hue illuminates the area. I have to shield my eyes, dropping my clothes.
Sensing discomfort.
The lights then tone down drastically, to the point of just softly revealing everything.
Is this to your satisfaction, customer?
Sure, I guess. I don't even question it at this point.
Very well. Enjoy your stay.
Creepy. I scoop up the clothes and walk around slowly. It's pretty spacious for a dressing room. This place is freaking huge. Who needs this much space to get dressed? There's what seems to be a vanity, along with a large mirror framed in neon lighting. I'm still far enough away, but it's dawning on me. I have to get a good look at myself. Why am I so nervous? How bad can it be? If my arms and legs are anything to go by, pretty bad. Okay, that's enough. I'm still me, whoever that is. I say that, but I close my eyes as I get closer to the table. After I feel around for a place to put the clothes down, I open my eyes. Wow. My hair really is long. I stroke it again, really getting a feel for the length. It doesn't look like I've eaten much in a long time either. I'm not withering away, but I definitely can see a lot of bones. My cheekbones in particular are fairly pronounced, along with a pasty complexion. Guess I don't get much sun either. This sudden confrontation with my own reflection just makes my mind wander. Where have I been? And with who? I can feel another panic attack coming and I stand up straight. We can panic later. I need to get used to this, what I've become. I take a deep breath and start preparing myself for what's next. What does my chest look like? I clutch the bottom of my shirt, and although I hesitate for a moment, I decide to just pull the thing off. For a moment I look away from the mirror, but I glance. And look fully. Wow. I'm not sure if I'm disgusted or just plain shocked. My ribs are easily showing, along with several stitch scars throughout my chest. I trail my fingers over a few of them, which makes me shudder. Didn't really realize it, but my hands are pretty cold. I repeat my new mantra. How the hell did I end up like this? I stare at the reflection in the mirror for a while longer. The only thing I can recognize are my green eyes. I remember Damien used to compliment them all the time. Eventually, I snap myself out of it. As weird as I look, we don't have a lot of time. I'll get used to it, sooner or later. I turn, and that's when I'm met with the weirdest part of my body. Along my spine are several pieces of metal. They look like ports. I'm not very flexible right now, but I managed to get my arm around to feel one of them. I push into one and immediately feel a wave of nausea, almost falling over. There's some sort of flash, a bright light, along with the feeling of tightness around my limbs. Fuck. My face was hard enough, but that's not something I'm going to get used to easily. I shake myself out of my stupor and just rush to get my clothes on, not wanting to look at what the mirror is showing me anymore. Thankfully, it doesn't take long for me to figure out an outfit. It's a black turtleneck and dark pants. I can't tell what they're made of, though. The turtleneck is light, but I already feel like I'm warming up. The pants almost feel like jeans, but smoother, with fabric I've never felt before. Probably best not to think about it. As long as they're functional, that's all I care about. I'm ready to leave, so I just push the button thing on the table. It takes about a minute for the door to open. I wonder if she fell asleep again. Don't blame her. I'm surprised they have anyone working this late at night. I gather up all the extra clothes in one arm and my old scrubs in the other. I try to compose myself, still disturbed by what I've become. Miranda's back at her desk, waving at me. Cooper finally lifts his head up from his axiom and walks over to the desk. He doesn't look thrilled.
Welcome back! Oh, wow. That outfit does look nice on you. Very comfortable. I might need to try that designer out myself.
Well, thanks. I'm not sure if I'm much to look at, though.
Oh, hush. You're definitely one of the more unique-looking humans I've ever come across.
She turns to Cooper.
Wouldn't you agree?
She's beaming. I don't think even Grumpy Cooper can ignore that.
He looks okay. Unique is definitely a good word.
I rub the back of my neck. It wasn't much, but I do appreciate the compliment. After everything in the dressing room, I'm desperate for any boost of confidence.
So, how much?
Well, let's see. Give me a moment to calculate everything.
She takes out her frilly axiom and starts tapping away. I move next to Cooper, wondering what they're doing. Is this how money works around here?
More or less. At least in the ritzy cities. I don't trust physical cash.
Weird. Cooper huffs before lifting up his own axiom. I can see him slide the screen to a different window. There are numbers along it.
And there. That should do it.
She types before sliding her screen forward, and I see it appear on Cooper's. I can actually read it for once. Maybe it's a customer service thing. Cooper reads it too and doesn't look happy. He grimaces and groans quite loudly. I guess it's expensive. He looks me over again before sighing and tapping a button. I think his signature pops up, along with the numbers on his screen dropping near to 0. Oh. Now I feel bad.
Thank you for your patronage, Mr. Krager.
Cooper narrows his eyes at her, then slides his axiom off with annoyance.
We're leaving now.
Oh, okay. I turn to Miranda. Thank you very much. I hope to see you again sometime.
Oh, you. That's supposed to be my line.
She reaches over her counter to shake my hand.
Pleasure doing business with you as well, sir. Don't worry about the clothes. I'll take care of them.
Thanks. I appreciate it. I hand her the pile of clothes I didn't take, keeping the ones I wore under my arm. I tried to fold them like she gave them to me, but yeah, that was kind of hard.
Have a good morning, boys.
You too, ma'am. Hope you get some good rest. We wave to each other, but then Cooper locks his arm around mine, taking us out of the establishment.
It'll be worth it. It'll be worth it.
He says to himself. Guess I was right that it was expensive. Sorry.
It's fine. It was my idea, and I'll get paid again soon anyways. Just know that didn't come cheap.
Okay, thank you. Cooper huffs and nods before letting me walk on my own. We walk again on the sidewalks, however this time, I don't know where we're going. I'm curious about something, though. So, Cooper Krager? He whips around to look at me.
If you know what's good for you, don't ever say that name again.
Okay, sorry. He huffs yet again and continues on. I really don't want to be in a bad spot with him. Sure, he's kind of pushy, but even in just the past few hours, he's done nothing but take care of me. I'll need to figure out a way to repay him somehow. So where are we going?
Home.
I pause. I know we're going to resume, but what about right now?
What? No.
He turns to me.
We're going to my home. You'll be spending the night.
This time I stop walking before going wide-eyed. Wait, you're not homeless? I'm partly joking, but with how shady he is and how much he smells, I just assumed he was. He looks completely done with me though, as he doesn't even give me a verbal reaction. He just keeps walking. I go to catch up to him. Guess I should expect unexpected things. Like spending the night in this strange world with this strange wolf.
Cyrus. Hey. Cyrus. Wake up. You're not gonna sleep the whole weekend away, are you?
I might be tempted if you'd let me.
Come on. Wake up. Before I make you.
I feel the sensation of Damien ripping my covers off, waking up to a blast of cool air. My eyes have trouble adjusting for a moment, but I remember where I am.
Oops. Sorry about that.
Cooper says as he tries to hoist me further up his back. I think he almost dropped me. Despite the cool night air, I find myself sweating a fair amount. That's the desert for you. I think about 15 minutes ago my legs finally gave out and Cooper had to resort to giving me a piggyback ride. He's not the best at it. I had to coerce him to take off his bigger rifle too. Damien's definitely got him beat in that regard. Still, it's better than walking. Once we left the city, most of the paths were gravel and dirt. Cooper said he might have some spare shoes at home I could wear. When I asked where he got them, he told me not to worry about it. He might be right. The less questions I ask, the better. Not like he'll answer them anyway. I'm so tired at this point. It must be near 4 a.m. Every time I try to rest my head against him, that stench blasts my nose. Although I'd rather not mouth breathe so close to his neck. I don't want any of that gross fur in my mouth. Hey, how much longer?
Another quarter mile, I'd say.
Do you not have a car?
If I could barely afford that outfit, what makes you think I could afford a car?
Fair point. Ugh, I really shouldn't be complaining. He is carrying me after all. Still, even if I can't remember most of what happened, I think I should be able to complain just a little bit. No more headaches or nausea though, which is a plus. Do you really live out here?
No, of course not. That city is the only habitable zone for miles.
So where are we going?
Again with the questions.
Again with the dodging of said questions. I give an annoyed and exaggerated yawn. I know you said things are classified, but if we're almost there, isn't that enough of a window to fill me in?
You'd be surprised how quickly clients will cancel a contract upon leaking information.
Is that not leaking information? I'm starting to slip back down again and Cooper tries to hoist me up.
Please stop talking. I'm tired and not in the mood to banter.
Okay, sorry. He grunts at that and I frown.
Remember, I'm not doing this because I want to. I'd much rather be shooting the shit with my friends at the bar than carry your scrawny ass across the country.
Sorry, I'll be more mindful. My heart does sink a bit at that, but he's right. I do need to keep in mind that we are not friends or ever will be friends. Just coincidental acquaintances. I must really be lonely if I'm growing attached to this jerk. Cooper sighs, though, and even surprises me.
No, that was a bit uncalled for. Believe it or not, you're one of the least insufferable escorts I've had to deal with.
Even with the clothes?
You kidding? You should see the bills I've had to pay just to make some of these clients happy.
Cooper groans before ranting some more.
Some of these mafia daughters think they're actual royalty.
I can't help but chuckle. That is certainly a problem to have. Can I ask what they made you get them?
Maybe, in the morning.
It is morning. I try and press my luck.
Fair enough.
I'd like to think he smirked at that. We carry on in silence for a bit longer, and I think I start to see cracks of pink invade the horizon. The sun must be rising. Is it okay if I sleep when we get there? Might mess up my sleep schedule, but I'm exhausted.
Lucky for you, I'm not one for itineraries. As long as we get you to resume on time, I don't care what we do.
That sounds a bit contradictory, although I'm too tired to challenge him on it. Good. 'Cause I am definitely about to give out.
Just a few more minutes.
Okay. We both huff, and I try to get comfy against him one last time. His stench is getting less apparent the longer he carries me. Guess that's something.
There, just up the hill.
I eventually do start to nod off again, but Cooper wakes me up once more. I'm so sleepy at this point I can barely crack my eyes open. The sun's definitely coming up, which illuminates the hills in front of us. It would be pretty if it wasn't so damn late at night. What is it?
A capsule motel.
I think I've heard of capsule hotels before. Not a motel, though. I thought you said we were going home.
You'll see soon enough. Besides, we have to get there somehow.
Okay. I yawn, but I've made it this long, so I try to stay up. I'll crash on his floor if I have to, I just want to lay down. After I trek up the hill, Cooper nudges me again and helps me get down. I almost immediately fall over. Cooper has to hold my hand to keep me steady.
Come on, almost there.
Okay. I yawn loudly again. Cooper does as well, surprisingly. He literally props me up against the wall of the first building we see. It reminds me of a cottage, both in size and in appearance. It's completely contrasting the futuristic city we came from.
Wait here. I'm gonna register us for the night.
Okay. It's kind of refreshing to see him open an actual door. I feel a form of nostalgia I can't begin to describe. Looking around, there isn't much. Besides this cottage I'm propped up against, there are some weird pod things. Now those contrast with the desert cottage. I debate on trying to figure out what they are, but decide I'm too tired for that. Besides, Cooper will explain it to me when he gets back, maybe. If he's feeling generous. The desert wind is all that's keeping me awake. It must be summer around here, since the night air is somewhat tolerable. I think I remember reading that in the summertime it gets to about the high 60s. It's a bit chilly, but I was already cold before. Cooper's pretty warm. I have to say being carried by him wasn't the worst thing in the world. Still, he could definitely use some pointers from Damien. Jeez, I really miss him. The stars begin disappearing one by one as the sun starts to rise. It'd be pretty if I didn't feel like I was about to collapse. Yet again, Cooper's taking a long time, but I guess this time it makes sense. He must be talking with someone to rent us rooms. Wait, does that mean I have to sleep in the same room as him? Maybe I can sleep in the bathroom. Better yet, get him to take a shower. The sudden door opening jerks me awake again. Cooper's back. As usual, he looks grumpy.
I only got us about 48 hours. This place is such a scam.
It does seem to be the only motel around for miles. Guess that gives him a reason to jack up the prices? Cooper has a look of surprise on his face with a tinge of what I think is worry?
How do you know what a motel is?
That question is so stupid I actually close my eyes in annoyance. I exhale out of irritation and sheer tiredness. You ask a lot of questions.
Fuck off.
Cooper also rolls his tired eyes and shoos me along. I follow him as best I can, shielding my eyes from the rising sun.
Number 12.
What? Oof! I walk right into Cooper, banging my nose against his shoulder. Jeez, warn me next time.
Pay attention next time. We're here.
We're in front of one of those weird pod things. I pause for a moment. Well?
Well, what?
This is the part where you're supposed to explain to me whatever the hell this is. Cooper gives an exasperated sigh.
Do I really have to? Right now?
It'd be fucking appreciated! I raise my voice a bit out of irritation, and Cooper cringes while lowering his ears.
Okay, fuck's sake. It's just a standard transfer pod.
I don't know what that is. Remember? Amnesia. I pinch the bridge of my nose. Cooper growls quietly, and I have half a mind to stick my tongue out at him. He can deal with my moodiness right now. I'm tired.
Just watch, you're not gonna die.
Humph. Cooper takes out his axiom and slides to a different screen. It's shaped more like a sphere than a flat screen. He spins it around before pressing into it like a button. Okay, now I'm awake. It looks a bit staticky for a second, then he rotates his arm forward. He's holding his free paw underneath the sphere and something slides out from it. It looks like a key. Whoa. Cooper slides the axiom off and presents the thing he just dropped out of it.
Judging by the stupid expression on your face, you're quite surprised. Most axioms can digitally store physical objects. This is the key to my place. I keep it and other important things in it, so long as they fit.
That's handy.
It can be. I know some pricier models that can store a hell of a lot more. This and a few personal belongings is about all I can store.
I see. Wow, okay, that was pretty cool.
Just don't grab it while it's in the axiom. It hurts like hell.
Noted. As if I'll ever get one. Cooper sticks his key into another device. Looks like a rod with a port in it and walks up to the pod. If I could describe it, the pod looks like a big plastic egg with ridges along the sides. Maybe a couple feet taller than Cooper and I. Then Cooper sticks the rod into a hole on the side of the pod. There's a brief flash, then the outline of a door frame starts to materialize. Before I know it, there's a normal enough looking door transposed onto the pod's surface.
Ready?
Sure. Whatever, I just want to go to bed. Cooper takes my hand gently and starts to open the door.
Close your eyes as we enter and walk. It'll feel like a long hallway.
I do as he says and walk with him. Okay. We walk for half a minute. I didn't get the best look at it, but there's no way the inside of this pod is that big. Can I open my eyes yet?
Sure.
I open my eyes for hopefully the last time tonight. We're in an apartment. I'm assuming Cooper's? I take it that weird pod thing can transfer people to wherever you want.
Oh, see? I knew you had a brain. Just took a day for you to turn it on.
Anyways, you said we only had 48 hours. Why?
If we go over that, we won't be able to exit the front door back to where we started.
Meaning?
Meaning, we'd open the door and end up where I live. And that is way too far for us to travel to resume.
I see. Can I go to bed now?
I don't care.
I look around. It's definitely small. But it's clear that he tries to make the most of it. Can I use your bathroom? Cooper looks worried.
About that.
What? I ask impatiently.
There's no running water here.
Why?
I'm not here often enough to justify it. I usually stay in cheaper pods instead of transferring home.
Cooper, when's the last time you showered or even took a bath?
That's none of your concern.
Jesus fucking Christ, whatever. How do you want me to pee?
Just go in the bowl. It'll be fine for a day or two.
Glad to hear it.
It's down the hall.
Got it. Oh my God. There is something wrong with that man. Whatever, let's just urinate and go the fuck to sleep. I spent a few minutes just trying to get sorted. Not being able to wash my hands is bad enough, but I guess I can't even brush my teeth. I chuckle. Yeah, like that's something I should be worrying about right now. Ugh. I walk back into the living room. Cooper's nowhere to be found. I shake my head, trying to get rid of the headache I'm getting from being up this long. He must have gone to his own room. That's fine, he can give me the tour any other time. I don't even bother trying to turn the lights off, I'm that tired. The lone couch in the room seems like the best bet for tonight. As I walk up to it, I notice something. A folded blanket. Curious, I pick it up. It smells clean, with a hint of what I think is vanilla. Guess that wolf can be considerate when the mood strikes him. I flop onto the couch and take one of the only cushions as a pillow. One thing's for sure, this is better than sleeping in that alley. To my surprise, the lights start to dim. There must be some kind of sensor in the ceiling. I pull the covers over me, move my hair out of my face, and start to finally fall asleep. And that's where I'm going to leave it. So, we got a lot in this episode. I did as I said I would. We started chapter 2. We finished chapter 1. The human has new clothes. We got a hint of the name. And, yeah. He's now staying in Cooper's apartment. And Cooper has no running water. Poor Sap has no water. But yes, that's where I'm going to leave this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be sure to leave links, as I usually do, in the description to where you can support this project, the writers, and where you can support me. I'll leave a link to my Twitter page if you'd like that, and I will leave a link to my coffee. Please feel free to donate if you feel so inclined, but don't feel pressured. And maybe you might like this video, subscribe to the channel, all those things that YouTubers tell you to do these days. But yes, that is more than enough rambling out of me for now. This has been Pink Wisp reading Remember the Flowers. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.